Tyson Fury has taken yet another U-turn in his boxing career as he's announced that he will be fighting at Wembley in April 2026. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling with some more boxing news. And just like Tyson Fury took multiple U-turns in the 9th round in his first fight against USYK, he's taken another U-turn here now. He's decided he's not going to retire. He is going to step into the ring again, and he wants to fight Alexander Usyk for a third time because he believes he was robbed in the first two.
Well, he's calling it retirement. I tell you what, I'm going back into retirement, brother. I'm tired of these two. Usyk bores me. Fury is just getting boring. It's a bit stale.
I feel.
Ukraine, I come to you with Zelensky and we want briefcase full of money, you know.
He's boring. I mean, he's a smaller version of the Klitschko's, but he doesn't have anywhere near as good as theme songs coming out, man. And he doesn't have Dr. Steelhammer. That works. What's Usyk's nickname? Boring bastard. What is it?
Iron Fist Fatale. You know, like what does Usyk have? The toothless guy.
Nothing about
I feel good. Well, I don't feel too good. I mean, a great boxer, but yeah, in terms of personality, doesn't really have it. Do we need a third fight when Usyk won both first fights, first and second? I don't think so, but Fury claiming that he was robbed in both of them. Fury's dad claiming that he was robbed in both of them. And I actually fucking hate that, right? That makes me lose respect for people. I think that if you lose a fight that was debatable and you want to claim robbery, it still annoys me, to be honest, because I think you can just word it better. I think if you lost, I think you can come out and say that I believe I won the fight.
Different day could have won with the judges.
I just don't like the term robbery being thrown around. But when you clearly lost the fight and you're still going with the because I think that's why boxing and even MMA and like combat sports, I don't think people like Fury help it. See when these guys will come out and just throw the robbery word out whenever they lose because they just can't take it and they're like insecure little bitches. To me, that lessens the impact that word has. You know, similar to how in like we've seen the last 10 years of the world, really, where, I mean, if you do anything, you get called like a racist or something like that, or, you know, that word gets thrown out just to label people something, and even when it has no meaning. And I think it's the same with robbery. It seems to be the R word, isn't it?
No, it's the R word. I tell you what, though, with Fury, what happens when he loses the third one? Is he going to claim fucking robbery again?
Well, of course that's what he'll claim, but, like, to me, there is legit robberies in boxing, but when you have Fury coming out claiming robbery twice when he clearly... Well, maybe the first fight was a bit more competitive, and I could make an argument that he was close to getting a draw, but the second fight, Usyk clearly won, and he's still claiming he was robbed. It's embarrassing, man. And then his dad's also claiming robbery, and he claims that he won both fights easy. And then when he's asked, what does Fury need to do? What does Tyson need to do to win the third fight? He's listing off like a million things. It's like, well, if you think that he won the... See, that's where these people, they're that dumb they can't even catch themselves out. Like, see if John Fury believes what he's saying, and he believes his son got robbed. See when someone asks him, what does he need to do to win the third fight? You would just turn around and say, well, he needs to knock him out or get competent judges. You wouldn't, oh, he needs to be in better shape. He needs, if he clearly won the first two fights, then why do you think he needs to change up so much? It just doesn't make any sense, and to me that's proof that they're both liars.
And also, when you come out and say robbery, then what happens when you win a fight and someone says, well, you won via robbery? You know what I mean? It weakens your case both ends at the end of the day, but at least this one's at Wembley, not Saudi Arabia.
How does that weaken his case?
Because, right, put it this way, right, I don't know fucking Tyson Fury's history with boxing, right, well, I know a lot of it, but not all of it.
Right, say he wins a fight that was pretty close.
And the other guy claims robbery. But then, if he comes out, say him and John's like, oh, it was never a robbery, my son won fair and square, he's the Gypsy King, and we eat baked beans off the fucking hood of our cars and all that shit. And then, now they're going, oh, Tyson got robbed against Usyk. It makes you look pathetic, man. It does. Yeah, I think it takes credibility from like his fights as well. No, here, has there been any fights on that Fury's won that the other guys claimed robbery?
Some people say Ngannou got robbed.
Well, see, that's my point. It's like if Ngannou and his crew come out and say, oh, we got robbed, and it was a robbery then. But then Big John and Big Tyson turned around and said, no, it was never a robbery. It was fair. It was fair and square. But then they come out and say against USYK, you just need to wake up and smell the roses, man. They got beat fair and square.
In my opinion, for it to be a robbery, I think you need to have clearly won the fight by multiple rounds and then still have the defeat go against you. And that just wasn't the case here. I mean, Fury did not win this fight. He didn't win any fight by multiple rounds. I think I gave the first fight 9-3 Usyk, maybe 8-4. But yeah, I think Usyk won the first 3. Fury won the next 3, and then I think you can make a case that Usyk won the last 6, or maybe give Fury the final round. But yeah, I think Usyk won the first fight, and then I think he clearly won the second fight. But John doesn't think that. Tyson doesn't think that. John Fury's come out and blamed his trainer, Sugar Hill, saying that if the guy was that good, then his uncle would have allowed him to take over and train the best people. Well, I mean, he was training your fucking son, and you claim he's the best of all time, so...
So yeah, is that not training the best people?
I just have no respect for the Furies, man. They talk so much fucking shite.
No, they do, and again, it's like... But no, how many excuses do you want for that? Well, because it's either... Is it a robbery, or is the trainer shite?
But, well, yeah, and it's...
Is it both?
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, if Sugar Hill's shite, then that would suggest that he didn't train Tyson well enough, and Tyson did lose the fight.
Unless they're suggesting that here there's a mole in the camp and it's Sugar Hill and he purposely fucked Tyson and Usyk paid him off or something. It's a robbery.
Yeah, but if Tyson clearly won and it was a robbery, then does that not mean Sugar Hill did a good job of training him?
But it's just cheap ass excuses, and it goes back to, like I said, like what if Francis Ngannou said, aye, whoever trained me, Timbuktu, that guy, he's shite, and if he was actually good, he'd have trained better people than me. I mean, it's all about decrediting your opponents. Why not just come out and say, you know what, I've been on top of the heavyweight boxing scene for a while, but Usyk's come in and he's beat me fair and square twice. That's it.
I tell you what, I think it's actually, when I look back at it, it's embarrassing that Ngannou went the distance with Fury, and some people actually believe that he won. That is embarrassing. I mean, look at Ngannou fought AJ. He got knocked out twice, and it ended in round 2. Like, there's no reason why Ngannou should have made it past 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. That's embarrassing, and some people actually think that he won. So, yeah, what does that say about Fury? Anyway, he is back. He's claiming he'll be fighting in Wembley 2026. He wants the third fight with Usyk, but he wants a fair fight. He doesn't want a fight like the first two. So basically saying that here it needs to be my home country, I guess. But it's not like the first two fights were in Usyk's home. They're in Saudi Arabia, so.
Well, they couldn't be in Ukraine, and also get sport as far away from Saudi Arabia as fucking possible, man.
I think the atmosphere in boxing events in Saudi Arabia are absolute shite.
Yeah.
They're bogging. See, when you see fights in Wembley or even like in America, you got people that are drinking and partying, and you got like this loud. See, in America, it's just like fucking not the case.
But see, he's boring bastard. See, back in the day when you used to have like actual good people going toe to toe, like David Hay wearing the t-shirt with both their heads cut off. I mean, when's Usyk going to whip something like that out? I know it'd be Fury kind of doing that against him, but see, when you used to get them sitting doing the interview, the dark room, man, back and forth with the digs. What's Usyk got? He's a boring, but he just reminds me of like Khabib in UFC. Nothing about him. Just nada. Hee-haw. Uninteresting, uninspiring. Decent boxer, yeah.
Oh, by the way, a decent boxer?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Great boxer, but boring bastard.
All those Muslims, by the way, have absolutely killed it at UFC. UFC is, see, in terms of its popularity at the moment and its appeal, it's never been in a deeper, darker place right now than it is.
But see,
but they're all boring fucking. It's not even just their personalities as well. See, like that Islam, and I mean, there's about 5 of them called Islam, and then you had Khabib and all that. They're all this they've all got the same sort of style as well. This like ground grappling wrestling style, and that's fucking boring. Nobody wants that. It's like, see, when Conor McGregor fought Khabib, it's supposed to be a great fight, and it just wasn't. Khabib just had him pinned down to the ground for like 4 rounds. Wasn't it? Like, I'm not saying you can't do any sort of wrestling or mat work or not, but I mean, people like MMA. Most people like the stand up kind of striking fights, and These fighters don't offer that at all. They all fight the exact fucking
Yeah,
same.
but see Usyk, he's a boring bastard, right? And I'm sick of saying it, but he is. He's never... he's never going to get viewed as... Like, people may think he's great, and they do think he's great, but is he ever going to be viewed as, like, the greatest ever? You look at Muhammad Ali, right? Guys like that, something about them. They have that natural fucking born charisma. You know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Well, I don't know. I think some people do consider Usyk the best of all time. Like,
yeah, but they can think that. But do you know, you're never going to think of this. See, when you think of boxing, no one's ever going to think of Usyk. He lacks that personality. He's got nothing to him.
I think you're confusing wrestling with boxing with wrestling here. It helps, but I don't think you need to be this charismatic person in boxing.
No, of course you don't need to be, but I don't think people are going to view him that highly. He's forgettable. See, in 20 years' time, who's going to be talking about Usyk? Muhammad Ali's going to be remembered for decades.
Was Manny Pacquiao?
No, Pacquiao's something about... I mean, the Pac-Man, that's more relevant than this guy.
Yeah, but did Manny Pacquiao, was he very entertaining? Was he oozing charisma? I think there was a bit of a disconnect because he didn't have the greatest English. But people would consider Pacquiao one of the best of all time. So I don't think you really need to have, like, bundles of charisma or to be, like, a great talker to be considered one of the best in boxing.
Yeah, but I think Manny Pacquiao's got something about him. Usyk's got nothing apart from his ability. But here, it's a real sport and that's all you need.
Anyway, he says that he spoke to USYK and the Gypsy King says, I talked to him and I have his word that in Riyadh season in 2026 we will have a rabbit to hunt. I don't believe I got a fair shout the last 2 times. That's all I want. I want a fair shout and I don't believe I got a fair shout the last 2 times. That's the one that I want. And if I don't get Usyk, then I want it to be against Anthony Joshua, the biggest British fight that will ever happen. It would break all records. It would sell out 100,000 at Wembley in an hour. And it's a fight that I think can happen for sure if I decide to come back. End of quote. So, yeah, Fury saying that that's a fight that he wants. If he can't get Usyk, he wants Joshua, saying it's a big fight, massive fight. Yeah, no doubt that it is, but at the end of the day, it's 2 guys that are fighting. I mean, arguably, we're getting close to fight. I'd say 10 years too fucking late.
I mean, it could be 10 years too late, but another thing I'm looking at here for Fury is I'm going to get a fair shout this time. A fair shout. What was so unfair about it? If they actually went into fucking detail about what was so unfair about it.
Well, they just think they were robbed, didn't they? They don't think that the scorecards were correct.
Yeah, but... but go into it. Why not actually break it down round by round? It's just words at the end of the day. It's just reactionary shit. It's like... why not go into it? They've got plenty of fucking time to break it down round by round and be like, here, this is why I think I won this round and that round. It's pathetic.
Anthony Joshua has been a world champion in boxing since April 9th, 2016.
9 years ago. Over 9 years ago. Long time.
Yep.
There's just no real... I mean, I'm not saying there's no demand for Tyson against Joshua, but it's definitely not as demandful as it once was.
No. Anyway, guys, let us know. What would you down below? Would you rather see Usyk Fury 3, or would you rather see Usyk? Would you rather see Joshua Fury?
Fury Joshua every day of the week. At least there's something about it.
I mean, at least if
never happened before.
If Fury and Joshua face each other, can you not argue that then the winner could maybe get their 3rd match against Usyk?
Potentially.
Usyk's beaten them both twice.
Problem is, so Joshua got a chance against Usyk? I'd say no chance.
Well, has Fury got a chance?
More chance than Joshua.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.